Son of a...
Avast me hearties, it be I, Foxy the Pirate, and I want you to sit yourselves down while I teach you how to be like me.
Actually, it's just me, Murphy 1976 of WellHey Productions. I've gotten lots of questions asking how I do the voice of Foxy the Pirate for all the Five Nights at Freddy's comics and animations, and hopefully this video showing you how I do it will answer most, if not all, of your questions. So you can leave me the fuck alone! Nah, just kidding. Seriously, let's dive right in. First step is the voice and the text. Actually, this is the most difficult step. The rest is just cosmetic. And honestly, if you put way too much into the post-production, then it really doesn't work. You need to have a good pirate voice, and not only do you need to have a good pirate voice, but you need to be able to speak like a pirate would. Here's an example. Hey kiddies, Foxy's here to start the party. Make sure you have your soda and your pizza, and let's sing some old sea shanties. Now the voice takes it most of the way, but when you change up some of the wording to sound more olden, then it really pushes it the extra mile. Do yourself a favor, watch Pirates of the Caribbean about 500 times. You'll catch on in an instant. Your is always yer. Hey is always yar. Always abbreviate your U's to just y, and then the next word. Instead of you have, it's always you have. And you never, ever say is. Always be. Like, Foxy is here, compared to Foxy be here. You need to sound more important than you really are, and with my ego, that's really not that difficult. Let's try that initial phrase again, shall we? Yar, kiddies! Foxy be here to start that party. Make sure you have your sody pops and your pizza, and we be singing some old sea shanties. The difference makes it much more believable. Now, the other part to Foxy's voice are the subliminal whispers. I like to think of those as the tormented soul who was actually possessing the animatronic. So when you write those, it needs to be in stark contrast to the outgoing, adventurous pirate that Foxy is, and should be a dark, violent, tortured soul. And the whispers are never random. They're always in places that make the most sense. Yar, kiddies! Foxy be here to kill you all. Start that party. Make sure you have your sody pops and run for your lives, your pizza, and we be killing the lot of you, singing some old sea shanties. Now, when I record Foxy's voice, I always record in two parts because doing it all at once is extremely difficult. I always record Foxy's voice first, and just pause a bit where I know where the whispers will be, just to give it a little bit more wiggle room, and then I record the whispers. I use Audacity because, well, it be free! And I love the noise removal feature. So I'll record the audio, then select a bit of dead air. Make sure you always record 2 to 3 seconds of dead air before you actually talk, and before you click stop. This actually helps the noise removal function out a lot. Select a bit of the dead air, then select the noise removal effect. When you have your dead air selected, select Effect, Noise Removal. First click Get Noise Profile. This tells Audacity what is noise. Once this is complete, select the Noise Removal effect again and adjust your settings. This is what I have mine set at. Noise reduction is set to 20 decibels. Sensitivity, 15 decibels. Frequency smoothing to 500 Hz. And attack decay time to 0.25 seconds. Click OK. There you go. Clean as a whistle. For the glitches, it's actually simpler than you would think. Just select a bit of the audio and then paste it a couple times. Instant glitch. Sometimes I'll push it a little bit more by running a pitch shift effect on it and drop the tone down about 2 steps. Go through your entire audio and randomly place glitches and pitch shifts here and there. Most of the time, I like to keep the amount of times Foxy stutters to a maximum of 3. Now, if you have a Macintosh, this next part is going to be easy. If you have a PC, you may be out of luck. I use a program called GarageBand that comes with every Mac already installed. I really don't know if there is a PC version. If there is, please, someone mention it in the comments. Simply drag and drop your audio that you've recorded and cleaned up into GarageBand. Now, what I do is I have two separate tracks. One for the Foxy animatronic voice, and then one for the whisper voice. Simply slice the two sections apart by clicking Command-T, and then dragging the whisper portion to the second track. Now it's the arduous task of lining up all the audio. It needs to sound fluid, like it belongs together yet separate. The voice is coming from the same speaker, but only one can talk at a time, and they're always interrupting each other. So there needs to be a rhythm of how much space each voice needs, and then to transition over to the other. Once you have the lining up complete, the rest is actually easy. Show the track info by clicking the circled I button at the lower right. Now, I've done this so many times, I have a preset already built, but I'll show you all the effects that go into it. I won't show you the exact settings because those settings are set for my voice, and they may not sound good with your voice, so you may need to go into each effect and tweak the settings. Noise gate. This removes even more noise and actually cuts off some of the higher register so it acts as sort of a high pass. Bass reduction. This completes the high pass filter and makes the audio very tinny. Compressor. Compresses the sound, obviously. Flanger. Gives the audio a more robotic feel. Distortion. Gives the audio that over-the-top drive-through speaker sound. I also have the master reverb set to 4. For the whisper track, I simply use an amount of reverb where it sounds ghostly but not overpowering. About 15 to 25% should be your cap. And that's it. That's how I put together Foxy the Pirate. It's not a very difficult process, but something I definitely had to invent, and I'm glad enough of you enjoy my Foxy to wonder how I pull this off. This is Murphy 1976 of WellHey Productions, where we bring you colorful insanity
to your drab, uneventful lives.